So this is not a joke. This isn't like a bit that I'm doing. I stayed up to watch Joe Matarese's special live and wanted to timestamp it. And the reason I don't have all timestamps is because I fell asleep. That's not, don't take that as a commentary on the content. It's a matter of fact, I did fall asleep during it and then frantically woke up a couple hours later and was like, fuck, I gotta send Casey. I almost said Hack Ride. I gotta send Casey some timestamps.
Oh, you want Hack Ride? I can call him up.
No, that's fine. I made him a slip of tongue.
Sitting right here. He's just waiting for the call.
So Joe Matarese put out his special, and I have a lot of thoughts on this. First of all, let's get David's thought. David, you were in the comments. What did you think of Mullets and Mixtapes, Joe Matarese's new special?
It was a slower start, I'd say. A slower start, but there were some really funny bits in there. No irony whatsoever, just some great strong bits. I didn't expect this whole PowerPoint, and I think he's going to get a little pushback if you had a limitation. There was a visual element. It was more of a one-man show.
Yeah. So here's what I think we're going to do. I've got some clips ready from the very beginning of the program, his special. I have texted Craig Ironhead Coney, and he is in for a full watch-along of Mullets and Mixtapes, Joe Matarese's special, tomorrow. So we're going to do that tomorrow. I don't know if we're going to do it for – we might do it for free. I'm not sure. My problem with doing it for free is I worry Joe might come after us. Because he owns this special now, apparently. So I don't want him to take it down, so it might be a Patreon exclusive, but we'll figure that out tomorrow, but just keep an eye out for it. But I have a few clips I want to play, and here's the angle I want to focus on today. Because I believe it was Hack Rod and Vinny Paulino on with us when we were talking about this. Joe Matarese is in some sort of deal with a benefactor. It's not his wife. A lot of people think his wife paid for this special. Some guy, some wealthy guy, I assume, paid $100,000 for Joe to release his special. And then I was in Joe's Instagram Live yesterday, and I asked a couple questions. I said, what happened with that guy? Joe claimed that he wasn't able to sell it. He put $100,000 in it, and he wasn't able to sell it, so he gets nothing out of it. Which seems like, if that's true, we got to find this guy because he's the worst businessman on the planet.
Joe Matarese also said that if he were to sell it, he would have gotten 50%. But it's my understanding that Netflix will often be paying, anywhere from $30,000 to $60,000 for the majority of these stand-up specials.
Yeah, Joe said that, he said this in his chat last night. He said that if you want someone that would do like, I don't know, Shane Gillis's special or Sam Morrill's special or something, he says they pay $400,000 for production costs. I don't believe that's true. Because so many people are self-financing specials. Like, I don't think Dan Soder paid $400,000 to put his special on YouTube. I just don't believe that. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know enough about the business. Hackride, you know more about production stuff. Does that seem... I'm sorry, Casey. Does that seem right?
He's right here if you want.
No. I slip of the tongue. I'm sorry. Does that seem right to you? $400,000?
It does, because they do these Netflix specials. They yes, 400,000 is about right. Right under about $1 million
for a YouTube special, though.
Or for YouTube specials, it seems highly high. It seems way too high. Like you can get that done for about $50,000 tech wise. So promotion is usually the other money.
I will say, from what I can tell, I can't tell as you guys will be able to. It looks good. Like, it seems like the lighting is good and everything. And it sounds great. So I think he got his money's worth, right?
I think it's good. I think it looks and sounds good. The jokes I heard are, they're Matarese jokes.
Let's take a look.
Loud. I'd like everybody to pay attention to how loud the audience is mic'd. That kind of stood out.
I'm glad you said that, David. So the reason we're playing these clips today is I want to do... Tomorrow we'll do a full examination of Joe's material. That's not what we're here for today. The audience, someone researched this. Did Joe record this at the Apollo? Because the audience is rocking and reeling and hanging from the ceiling, baby. People are having a dandy time at the old Joe Matarese show.
It was
the
about
last time we
250 in each show, he said. 2 shows, 250 around it, 270 in one, and something around that in another.
250,000 people were there? Yeah, that sounds about right, based on the audio.
called in the old Def Comedy Jam producers. Like, hey, I need a little favor over there. Hype up the crowd for me.
It sounds like a soccer match at this Joe Matarese show. Now, maybe that's good production value. I don't know enough about the business. You guys decide for yourselves. We're going to watch some of Mullets and Mixtapes, which genuinely, Joe gets mad because we make fun of his stuff. Genuinely, go watch Joe's special on his YouTube page. Let it speak for itself. Support Joe. Leave a super sticker or any of that stuff if you want to donate. Go find Joe Matarese's special on his YouTube channel and support it. Now, he did do something weird where he put out a tweet where he's like, send me a message if you want to watch this special. So I sent him a message, and I got no response. I'm not surprised because he knows who I am now. But I thought, why are we sending him a message? It's just free on YouTube. I think he just wanted to know how many people were going to watch this, which the live chat last night had 51 people, pretty solid. And I think as of this morning, it was up to like 500 views. Can we check that? Maybe Electra, while we're playing this, check how many views it's up to right now. Mullets and Mixtapes on YouTube.
Yes, and you sent me the clip of it, of him like promoting it.
Yeah,
and,
let's play that just so people have context.
Okay, yeah, let me grab that one. Yeah, but one thing I did notice real quick is that the views and the likes on this are sort of a magic trick. So you sent this to me as 10,000 views.
Yep.
And it is 4 likes. That I think is the story in one image.
I did my part. I quote tweeted him and retweeted him. I did what I could,
Okay, here's the ad for it coming up. Oh, all right.
Hey guys, I'm about to go on stage here at this lovely country club out here in Long Island.
It's always good to promote that
real
you're
quick,
doing
my new comedy special,
like
Mullets and Mixtapes, is coming out this Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time on my YouTube page, okay? If you want to see it, all you got to do is follow me and send me a message, all right?
on Twitter. So why would we follow him or send him a message?
He doesn't know how anything works. He's a
also,
boomer.
You're tweeting this out, so odds are we probably do follow you, So what, like, in Joe's mind, was he going to get 30,000 messages and be like, oh, this thing's cooking?
I can't get back to all of you. I got so many to respond to.
And what was frustrating is I asked someone, I said, hey, put some feelers out. Because it seems like here's what I feared was happening. I thought Joe was making his link private and only people he sent it to would be able to watch out of fear of it getting mocked. But then someone reached out to Joe and said, like, hey, I want to watch your special. What do I have to do? And he's like, just watch it on YouTube. Like, oh, why did you make me do this then?
I believe I watched that clip and I was a little concerned for Joe. In my head, I think that he wanted to do that in front of the big crowd and not enough people showed up, so he couldn't promote the special in front of the big crowd.
Yeah, I thought maybe he wanted to make it like I guess the way like Louis sells his special on his website, Joe was going to be like, oh, all my fans will just message me, and then I'll have a correspondence with them, so I'll have a real relationship and I can send them my special. But it was useless, so let's just get into the special, I guess.
Here we go. Hot Crow is what this is.
Hot crowd, I meant to say. That was my fault.
I didn't hear a crow in the whole part. I was like, maybe I'm missing something here.
Just
maybe
a typo.
Here's Hot Crow.
Fuck. Why me?
This is good production value, right?
Yes.
1 minute.
He's working with a cassette tape, and then it came with a Tron logo to introduce his name, so it's a little confusing.
Whoa! Dave Chappelle! Listen to that crowd!
It's like Carlin's back.
Oh my God!
Must have been a great warm-up.
Recently we watched Bring the Pain on Why You Laughing? Nothing compared to this. Joe's like, settle down, guys. Enough.
We started late. How you doing?
Hold on 1 second. I do have to ask Joe. You're filming your special. we don't know what time it started, you know? Guys, we're running late.
And both shows, you said that at the beginning?
Yeah, we don't. You can leave some of the leave it to the eye of the beholder. You know, Joe. We can imagine you were late.
It just has some gabagool.
Welcome to Mullets and Mixtapes. I guess it says it all, doesn't it?
I've never heard anyone.
I grew
Folks,
up in the 80s, everybody. And,
welcome to Louis C.K. Hilarious.
This is Eddie Murphy's Raw.
I've never heard anyone do that before.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It's hard when you grew up in that time and you're raising kids now. It just gets frustrating. The first thing that really comes to mind for me is my daughter, who's in grammar school, 5th grade. And you take a kid to grammar school in 2022, man. And you grew up when I grew up. Like, they got something in her school.
Hold on, can I make a guess? Have times changed? Casey, you're a little older than me. Have times shifted in a way?
Oh, Mike, you wouldn't even believe the difference in generations, and I hope he gets to it because it's vast.
Well, let's find out. I don't want to. I hope I'm not spoiling anything. I just have a feeling times are going to change.
I also worry that, to spoil the viewing of this for anybody, but some of these bits, in a good way, I'd say also, but, struck me as Opie-esque.
You think so? And how so?
A lot of people don't remember what it was like back when I was your age.
Yeah, there's a little bit of that where I don't want to say anything out of school, but I think some of this ground may have been covered before. But let's continue.
Yeah, you're going, what's that? I know. Fucking Popcorn Friday. They get a little bag of popcorn, right? They walk into a DJ.
Oh, now, hold on a second. This seems awfully anecdotal. I don't think Popcorn Friday is a nationwide celebration. I think it might just be his daughter's school.
And everyone has their teacher, Alice. Alice the teacher, right? Everyone?
You guys heard about this? Popcorn Friday? You heard about you seen this? Have you guys seen this, that I have my neighbor drive my daughter to school sometimes? You know that trend that's going on?
Parking lot, and they dance their way into grammar school, right? Yeah, right? And you grew up in the 80s, you were like, what the fuck, right?
I was born in the 90s. I kind of have the same reaction.
Oh, fuck you, Blind Mike.
Right?
Times haven't changed that much. I still think doing a choreographed dance into school is a little odd. Even us young kids.
I was already finger banging in the 90s. God damn.
Hey, like the best we had when we grew up was like we had like Scoliosis Day, right?
I ain't scared of you, motherfuckers.
That was the scariest day of the year.
David. I imagine that's not what you were alluding to when you said the crowd was a little loud, right? It's coming later.
Well, it's all over. But now that I've watched the special and I'm rewatching it, I'm realizing points he missed a callback from a later joke too. He really could have brought this scoliosis thing back when he was making jokes about names of other people and playing dodgeball. It's a great special. But the crowd is very loud. But I felt loud laughing myself, so I'm glad that they matched it.
There you go. All right. Listen, I don't think the part that I was awake for, the part that didn't put me to sleep, it's not the hackiest special ever. It's not like certain people that I may have interviewed that I don't want to make fun of anymore.
It's some of the content does seem strangely local for a national special.
A little local, a little like it's been done before, but like, you know what he is? And it's amazing that it's one of his worst moments, but like he's an America's Got Talent comedian. Now, what's funny about that, for those that don't know, is that Joe Matarese historically bombed on America's Got Talent. But like, I think that's kind of who it's for, is like an NBC, middle America type crowd. Hey, times are different, Joe. That's funny.
He even brought the PowerPoint. He's trying to compete with Don McMillan.
Well, he said something interesting. So there's like, I guess, a TV screen behind him that he's using. And he said he brought a flat screen television with him to every gig preparing for this special. Seems a little unusual.
Here, wasn't it? No matter who
they are
you
loving
were,
it.
Man, you were like, shit, fucking Scoliosis Day. I know I got it. I got it, because nobody was confident they didn't have it. No one was looking at their own back the day before, like in a mirror.
So I don't know if you caught this one, David. Someone in the chat last night said, it's crazy that Joe has the exact same audience as I Love Lucy. It's wild.
Right.
The laughs sound identical. It's very weird.
It's literally, this is like a Gen X reference comedy. Just like, Scoliosis! Yay!
What's interesting to me, again, I don't think it's the worst comedy special I've seen by any means. Like, I would put this up against Matt Rife's stuff. It's for a different generation, obviously, but it's like that. It's kind of that level of comedy, I guess, you know? It's not groundbreaking, but it's fine. What I'm more interested in here is that Joe is putting up these kind of, stepped upon premises, and people are going, yes, Joe, you're killing it. Stop it. My belly hurts.
We thought we couldn't do this type of comedy anymore.
You brought funny back, Joe.
Yeah, look at my spine. Is it curved? Scoliosis day tomorrow. How am I doing?
And what's weird about the laughs, I won't say laugh track. I wouldn't dare. What's weird about the laughs is you can both hear a crowd and individual laugh. Like, you'll hear a massive crowd, and then you'll hear one guy going, ha, ha, ha.
I think it's just a lot of layering. My suspicion, and I wouldn't even want to slander the production here.
I understand, yeah.
But it does seem, I would guess 2 shows. You can pick some of the best laughs. You can pick the laughs for that joke, and you can pick that laughs for the joke from another show, and just put them all on top of each other, and it should sound pretty good. It will just be bigger.
Yeah, so maybe that's what's happening here. Which, honestly, genuinely, good for Joe. If he was able to sell out 2 shows and get this kind of response, good for him. The reason I'm questioning it is, like, I've seen him promote gigs and talk about, like, some videos on his YouTube channel get, like, 80 views or whatever. I've just seen him, like,
nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
Well, but what I'm saying is, like, you guys aren't then selling out a 500-seat venue and having people go, whoa, yes, yes, Casey, you're crushing it.
Yes. And keep in mind, 10,000 views, 4 likes. So, yes, that is absolutely a track. I've heard ambiance tracks that sound exactly like that. But I think David's right. He's just taking audio from later parts in the crowd and just putting it,
That's not so bad then. I'm on board with this.
They would announce it as soon as you came in to school. The principal would come on, right? This is the principal. Today is Scoliosis Day. We need everybody to report to the all-purpose room at 9 a.m. for scoliosis tests. Right? Yeah.
Ooh, you know what? Hold on a second. Maybe it's not fake laughter. Can you go back just a little bit? This gets nothing. So maybe I'm wrong.
Let me go back a little more. Sorry.
It will relate to the scoliosis material.
And they would announce it as soon as you came in to school. The principal would come on, right? This is the principal. Today is Scoliosis Day. We need everybody to report to the all-purpose room at 9 a.m. for scoliosis tests. Right? Yeah.
Wow, you know what? Maybe I'm wrong. Because I don't think first you hear one guy go, ha ha. And then the rest of it is like, we got it.
I think they put the laugh in there and then heard it, and we're like, oh, we can't put a laugh in here. That's just, no.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he didn't sweeten it. He said in the chat that he did not. He swore he didn't.
Yeah, well, he didn't do the editing for it, I imagine.
Yes, he personally did not add a voice.
So here's what's interesting. Is he said he did. He said he had to get his hands on it because the guy that paid $100,000 for this special wouldn't let Joe make it the way he wanted. He was too involved. But then when the 4 months passed, this is what I don't understand about this deal. The 4 months passed, and Joe got to say, hey, thanks for the $100,000. You get nothing now, and I'm going to put it on YouTube for 1,000 views or whatever.
Was he credited at the end at least?
Oh, we'll have to check that tomorrow. I don't know.
I forgot to double check.
Yeah, no, we'll check that tomorrow.
Back then, we had all-purpose rooms. Our schools weren't nice like they are now. We didn't have the gymnasium, the lunchroom, and the auditorium, right? We didn't have auditoriums. You go to a kid's school now, it's like a mini Carnegie Hall in every school. We had the
So true.
all-purpose room, right? It was for all purposes. Everything went on there. We ate shitty food for lunch, right? We got hit in the
You hear
face
people that are
like
kind of
Dodgers.
exhausted from laughing. Oh, stop it, Joe, please.
It's
The
also
all-purpose room.
It's also the laughs. This is why the laughs are in stereo. And so, yes, that could be mixed in stereo like that, but usually laughs are mono just so you can kind of keep the focus on the comedian. The fact they're in stereo, that's how pre-recorded tracks come. So when you buy pre-recorded tracks, they come in stereo, they're split left and right, and that's how you're hearing it. You're hearing some guy on the right and then some guy on the left.
Well, so what Joe said is so the guy paid $100,000, and then he said he had to dump a bunch of money in it. When Joe got it back, Joe had to dump a bunch of money in it in post-production. And I saw some people say $30,000. I don't know if that's true or not.
Oh, what? I'm raising my prices, Blind Mike. God damn.
let's say it's 10,000. Let's round down. Let's say Joe spent $10,000. Like, it looks and sounds good, but to what end? You know?
Yeah, you wouldn't really notice the difference between a 10,000 audio job and a 50,000. You're just paying more hours for a guy to sit there and twiddle around.
Yeah, in theory, I could pay. I'm sure Casey would like to accept it if I paid him $100,000 per episode of the Blind Mike Project.
Accepted. You heard it here. That's a binding contract.
So I could do that. Will it make a difference, or will I be in such crippling debt that I'll have to worry about generations of my family?
Well, you bought a few memberships, and I've been ball licking all day. So, yes, we are very cheap when it comes to production.
Balls, and we got molested in there.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry, young people.
Can you hear, I'm obsessed with this. Maybe I'm listening too closely. But you hear one guy, it's almost like fake. He goes, ah, ha, ha, ha. Who is doing it? It feels... There's something, I dare say there's something inauthentic about these laughs that I'm hearing.
One guy goes, oh, yeah, I've been there. Like, they're agreeing with just, it's totally fake.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
What's that, David?
Well, people give this guy a hard time online. I wouldn't be surprised if people are in the crowd over laughing as a joke for his special so that they
That's
can
true.
hear their
This is
own
what,
laughs on the special.
This is what we did for Tom Myers in Havre de Grace. So you might be onto something, David.
That's a good point.
A little uncomfortable here, but there was a lot more molestations when we grew up, all right? It was like today's peanut allergy.
Joe Matarese live at Radio City.
And we weren't even allowed to turn the teacher in, right? You couldn't say I was molested. If you did, they were like, just walk it off. Just walk it off. I can walk it off? No, I can walk it off, right? And then
maybe David's right. Maybe people are there to support him and overlaugh. Because every once in a while you hear what sounds like kind of a hack fake laugh. Like if I was doing a fake laugh, it's what it would sound like.
Well, good thing DAT fans there not to remove these people.
Hey, Joe, I got to tell you something. These laughs aren't real. Everyone out.
They look like they're going to cause trouble.
Humiliation thing. They'd bring you into that all-purpose room and they'd make two lines, right? The Scully line and the no Scully line. And out loud, they'd be like, Steve, yeah, you're in the wrong line. Yeah, this is no Scully. You got to get into the Scully line. Yeah, you got Scully. Get over, right? And he just kind of bent his back on the way over. Okay. Is this where I go?
People are loving it.
Then a couple days later, those kids had to come
really
back
relate
to
to it, I
school
guess.
wearing
But
their
people are loving it.
Scoliosis brace, right? And when we grew up, that was outside the clothes, right? Poor girls had that scoliosis brace on, right? I wish I could go back in time. I wish I had like
It's
a
become
flux
it's a
capacitor,
sitcom
right?
where people
Just
are
go
like, ooh, there's a sensual
Live
kiss,
reacting.
and people are going, ooh. Oh, is Joe going there?
Sometimes you hear this is one of those where once especially a second time now, I'm having relationships with the audience members you're following. It's there's that laugh again. It's a lot. KP Burke has a infamous laugher in his special, and you wonder if it's good or bad, but it's definitely stands out.
Yeah, it's interesting to me that it sounds like both an arena full of people and you hear individuals at times. That's what I can't get past.
Back and tell those young girls, I'm like, listen, I know you're uncomfortable and you're insecure with your scoliosis base. I just talked to all the other 12-year-old boys. We don't give a shit. Yeah. We're so horny. We don't care.
Fucking young girls, get them, Joe.
This one's called Interruption.
Okay.
And the kids, especially my daughter, I mean, she won't even take a school bus to school. I don't know if your kids do this. They won't take the bus. I go, why won't you take the bus? She goes, it's too hot. It's hot on the bus and smelly. Hot and smelly. Like, no shit, it's a school bus.
I don't know about you guys. It's starting to seem to me like times are different.
They've always been hot and smelly, right? There's no air conditioning on a school bus. There's only one person on that school bus who's not hot, right? And it's the school bus driver, right? Because he's got that
Joe, don't
oscillating
tell me it's because
fan,
he's from your
right?
generation.
The 3-inch oscillating fan mounted on his dashboard so his left eyebrow had icicles on it.
People are relating. They get it.
Every other kid was trying to get the school bus windows down, right? Like, I'm just trying to get, they would go down like a 1/4 inch. I can't breathe. It's so hot and smelly.
All right,
I can't
we're in a
breathe.
good flow here. Joe's feeling it.
I hope he mentions the line
shit.
you put it down to.
It's too hot and smelly.
All right, real quick. If
Oh,
you're
wait a
enjoying
second.
my
Yeah, this freaked me out when I saw this version. Here's part of that $30,000, by the way.
This is jarring.
special, I would love it if you could just hit that subscribe button. And if you could share it with some friends. That could help my career so much. All right? Could you do that for me? That would be awesome.
It's on us!
All right, that's all I wanted to say. Now let's just go back to the special.
That's
Help my
jarring.
career so much.
Why don't we just get back to the special, Joe? Thanks.
You all remember in Delirious when Eddie Murphy stopped the tape and it's like, hey, I got this DVD you should buy.
Folks, let me stop the momentum real quick. I'm going to give you a break from holding your sides to say. Now, I will say one of my favorite specials of the year, Mike Racine, did the same thing. I don't like it just because it kills all flow. I understand when people put, like, if you monetize your special, there's going to be YouTube ads naturally. And I get that. That's just the price of doing business and trying to make your money back. But, like, this is 5 minutes in to stop all momentum and be like, guys, please help my career. I understand that I'm 60 and I'm talking about growing up in the 80s. But for the love of God, please help me. I'm hanging on to whatever career I have left. If you subscribe on YouTube, it's going to change everything.
It's going to do it. This is the one. This is the one.
I
I'm doing
scammed
this.
a man out of $100,000 for this.
I'm just doing the Chris Farley show Gen X version, and I got him to do it for $100,000.
I fleeced this idiot out of $100K. So honestly, even $1 is profit for me. But please.
Then you go to their playground, right?
Abrupt stopped is this
Right? It's always like in some sand, mostly rubber, right? Everything's rubberized. You'll think it's mulch, and you're like, holy shit, that's rubber mulch. Oh my God. Your kid could
listen
fall
real
from 12
quick.
feet in the air.
Just
on his-
everyone take note real quick of like the sound quality, the laughter, and then there's a change. I guess this is $100,000 worth of editing. There's a change in here somewhere. It's very subtle. See if you can make note of it.
Face and bounce right back up. Woo! All right, fine. Right? Not when we grew up. You knew.
That was the end of the clip.
It like fades out in this weird way where suddenly like he's quieter all of a sudden.
Well, that's why everyone claps loud and then gets quieter when they clap. They don't stop clapping. They just get quieter.
Yeah, like, oh, Joe's moving on. I'm mid-clap. I'm done.
So that was the first 10 minutes of the special that you gave me clips for.
Pretty much, yeah. There's a tiny bit that we didn't cover, but we'll cover that tomorrow. I get like I said, it's not the worst. It's not G.D. Fenderson's special. You know, we're not watching them that way. But there are angles to it that fascinate me, and it's mostly this guy that paid $100,000. He paid $100,000. That's, to me, that would be a lot of money for a year's worth of work. He did it in one day. Just here's $100,000, Joe, and got nothing for it. Like, did we ever get an answer to how many views this video has?
DJ Electra, you there?
Yes.
I think, did we get an answer on that? Turn your camera on so we can see your fries.
What is that? I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention
Oh,
at all.
Jesus Christ!
I'm fired, I know.
Did you see how many views Can you check real quick how many views the Matarese got?
Mullets and mixtapes. I only asked for an hour ago. It's no big deal.
Yeah, let me find that.
And
Joe
then
Matarese was live in the chat. Oh, I'm sorry, Casey.
No, go ahead, David.
Well, Joe Matarese was live in the chat, of course, and it was great to have his answering questions about the special and everything. But I thought towards the midway point, he was really beginning to maybe overshare, and because he was getting so many compliments, he was probably honored and everything. But at one point, he had mentioned that he wanted this to do really well so that he could begin touring outside of the Northeast.
Yeah, which, hey, that's an admirable, and like I said, we fuck with Joe. I question based on some of the things we've seen about Joe. Like at first, I kind of thought like, oh, maybe Joe's a good guy that just gets goofed on a lot. I don't know as much if that's true, but I also get that like constantly being fucked with can make you a little on edge when you make some of these videos. So I get that. So genuinely, like if you like goofing on Joe Matarese, go give him a view, subscribe, whatever you can do, whatever you see fit. Go support this special because like we found, it is, we've been to a Tom Myers show and a Brendan Schaub show, and it's fun. Like, I genuinely enjoy doing those things. So support these guys because we do want them to keep making content. So go support old Matarese.
DJ Electrify.
611 views.
That's worth about $100,000.
Hey, so also he wanted to. Someone asked, "Why isn't there any 80s songs in your special?" You paid $100,000. We all thought like this was going to be just Duran, like every big artist from the 80s.
Shit. Yeah.
Here's his response to that. Joe Matarese. I couldn't play any actual 80s music without spending an insane amount of money. What?
Hey, Joe, you spent it. I got news for you, buddy.
Sound alike music for breakdancing bit and licensed a few obscure pictures of artists like Rick Springfield and Tom Jones. That's what he's spending his money on?
That's important, yeah.
What I could do without filming was way more than I could do when filming.
You know what's funny is I enjoyed, let me think of a special recently. Like Keith Robinson. I'd never seen Keith Robinson stand up. He just did a special about the 2 strokes that he's suffered. And I enjoyed it. I thought it was very well done. And I couldn't even see the pictures of Rick Springfield behind him. That's how good I just thought the material was.
I want to work for this guy. Just bleed him. Just bleed him with everything I do. My
How
God.
much did you pay for a picture of Tom Jones? $50,000?
Oh, DJ Electrify, we could bleed this guy dry with Suno and Midjourney. Just the AI
Let's
stuff.
do it.
All right, we got some super chats, Blind Mike.
Guys, I only had $100,000. What do you expect?
I know. He had to buy a fake breakdancing song. He was broke. All right, DJ Electrify, go ahead.
From Silence Doggood, who are these people? Where's Craig? Mom?
Yeah,
Sorry, no Craig. But like I said, he will be watching more Matarese with me tomorrow. So
that's right. And I am wearing my Krager's T-shirt, and I borrowed his backdrop. So we are showing support to Krager's.
And he was in chat.
He was.
What are you doing?
What the hell's he doing then?
Yeah, he was.
Fuck did I spend 20 hours this week doing, you asshole?
Guy's got nothing but free time on his hands.
Happy Father's Day, Craig.
Yes.
Yeah, good point, David.
Arbad says, if John's alone, who is filming? Happy Father's Day.
No, he was not alone. He was with Vegas Beer Sales Jerry.
Okay.
As one does.
Yeah.
Oh, here's a nice one.
Casey, you want to read this one?
Sure. Mark Conan for $10. Great show today, Mike and gang. The crowd gave Matarese a standing ovation during his entrance. I don't know how much about how specials are made, but this shit feels so fake. BMP rocks.
just a little. It felt $100,000 worth of laughs to me.
Yeah. Don't have money for music, have money for applause.
Yeah. He must have given a quarter of that to the warm-up guy.
Joe's like, but you don't understand. Lars Ulrich is laughing. We licensed his laugh.
Oh. That's my Lars Ulrich laugh. DJ Electra, can you read this one?
Tone 5 says, Hackride, Electra, and Blind Mike, and David Collins. Great show, guys. Love Hackride today.
Hackride's not here. We don't know you're talking about.
But he's right here if you want him.
No, it's fine. Okay. I actually like it without him.
All right. Well,
I think he means Casey.
Don't say it so verbally. All right, last one here, DJ Electrify.
Beavis Lee Ray says, great content, Mike. Here's $2. I'm a cheap loser.
Oh, you're pathetic. What's his name again? And what's his real name?
Beavis Lee Ray.
I'm gonna find you, Beavis.
Oh, we got a one under the wire here from Nick West. $2. I'll read this one, DJ Electrify. I'm a big Casey Day guy. Hey-o.
There you go.
Congratulations. I have a fan.
I hope people are liking Casey Day. I'm enjoying this experience here.
Excellent. All right, what's next?